I would like to thank you on behalf of future recipients, for those who will be inspired by you, generations to come, generations of women and of men, of ocean explorers. And I thank you for being here tonight with us, and would like to welcome you on stage to receive your Lifetime Achievement Award.
Huh. Right. Celine, I hope I get to introduce you someday. That was, well, taking my breath away. That's saying something for a diver. It's really amazing to be here, to see this incredible lineup of tributes to the ocean. Since I have been around for a few decades and have spent quite a lot of time, not just underwater, but looking at the images that people have been acquiring and bringing back and sharing with their buddies over the years, I am so pleased to see this festival, if you will, this celebration of those pioneers, and all of you out there are pioneers. We're still pioneers in terms of understanding the blue part of the planet. I mean, knowing that just in my lifetime, the changes that have taken place are so dramatic. On one hand, we have learned more than during all preceding human history about the nature of nature. It's amazing that finally people are beginning to understand and appreciate that most of life on Earth is actually out there in the sea. Seems like a no-brainer when you think that where there's water, there's likely to be life on this planet, and most of the water is in the ocean. But it's taken a while for the scientific community to understand what you have come to see, you who splash around in the oceans, that the ocean is more than rocks and water. It is a living system. It's alive. And you have brought that word back to those landlubbers who haven't had the ability or taken the challenge to go into the ocean. As never before, we know that it's important to not just understand and celebrate what's out there in the sea, but to take that knowledge and do something with it. Many of the early films about the sea were mostly about how beautiful it is, and there's still so much to do in that respect. You have to know and appreciate what's there, to love what's there, before you're inspired to take action. But now is the time when we need to mobilize what we know and that sense of caring to take action. The film, The Cove, I haven't seen that film in its entirety. I've only seen the trailer, but I've heard the response from people who have seen it, touching people in ways that may transform the way we think about not just the ocean, not just about dolphins, but about ourselves. And it's high time we took stock to realize that we are a part of nature, not apart from it, to do what it takes to take care of what remains of the distillation of literally all preceding history, that in the last 50 years, while we have learned more than during all preceding human history, we have changed more. But we still have a chance. When I see those films, and there have been a number of them, about sharks, to realize that in my lifetime we have lost 90%, just blows me away. We don't have a lot of time left. to protect and restore from the 10% or so that remain. In some species, it's probably a fraction of 10%, 1% of some are there from the time when I was a kid. It should inspire all of us, and I hope to take what you've achieved here to spread the word. I really salute all of you who've been involved with this Blue Conference, because such a conference would not have been possible when I was a kid, or even 20 years ago. Even 5 years ago, the thought of getting an entire assemblage of ocean films together, the quality and the quantity combined, is just remarkable. It is inspiring to be here, to be a part of the action. I'm really feel as if the honor should go to those who actually make films. I have been a part of a lot of films, but I haven't really stepped up to the plate the way many of you have, to do from the very beginning to completed product, something that can tell the story and inspire people to make a difference. I hope that there are some in this audience who will be around in 50 years. I'll certainly be here in spirit. I don't think that there's a chance that I'll be here actually sitting in this or some other auditorium to see how it all comes out. But I do know this, that we do have a chance to get it right, owing to what you are doing right now, bringing the word back to people and inspiring them to make a difference. It all comes down to knowing. You can't care if you don't know. And I thank you, one and all, for what you're doing to be a voice for those who otherwise cannot be at the Whaling Commission meetings, to be a presence and speak for those who cannot speak for themselves at Fisheries Council meetings, to be the ambassadors for the children who are going to just be born in 50 years. You are going to be able to keep the doors open, the options open for all of those who cannot speak for themselves, so that in 50 years there still will be sharks, there still will be blue whales, there still will be hope that we will have found an enduring place for ourselves within the mostly blue natural world that sustains all of us. Thank you.